gateway to Oz. Under the rainbow, this is where it was. Hollyhocks and red ripe tomatoes, hand-churned homemade ice cream. Let me tell you, Kansas is more than tornadoes. It's the best part of Dorothy's dream.
Today on Around Kansas, we start with our wildlife segment about Cheyenne bottoms and the restoration effort by Ducks Unlimited. Next, we'll take a look at buffalo gourds. Then we'll have a poem from Ron Wilson, and we'll end with a look at the traveling Vietnam Memorial Wall and the upcoming event in Oakley. Stay with us.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Deb Goodrich, and welcome to Around Kansas. Here in the Fort Wallace Museum in the Florist Weiser room this morning with lots of wonderful artifacts and some wonderful art by our friend Jerry Thomas. And I hope you're having a great morning. Hey, lots going on, so you may hear some stuff going on in the background, but it's just a busy place. All around Kansas is pretty busy right now, isn't it? There's just so many things going on. And of course, Mother's Day coming up. There's so many activities going on all over the place. And I wanted to remind you about the Wall That Heals. We'll be visiting Oakley May 16th through, the 17th, 18th, 19th. It's Thursday through Sunday, so whatever those dates work out to. It's kind of hard for me to keep up with all the time. But a really, really wonderful exhibit, and hope you can be there for that. I also want to remind you that June 1st, I'll be speaking at Blackjack Battlefield. I'm very excited about that. It will be the anniversary actually on June 2nd. Is that right? Get my history right here. And I'm very excited about being back at Blackjack because lots of good friends there. I love that place. I love the folks, and just really excited about that. The Biking Across Kansas event's going to be coming up, and I think maybe next week, or within a week or two anyway, we're going to do a segment on that. But we will be having a screening of Thoth's Dragon in Hill City for the Biking Across Kansas participants on June 9th. So that's going to be a great event too. Hope you can be there for that if you're in the vicinity of Hill City. 8 p.m. in the evening at the Hill City Junior Senior High School. So lots of fun. So excited about biking around Kansas, biking across Kansas. One of the stars of our film, Ethan Riggs, is actually biking across Kansas, and Lynn Kirkham, who is involved also, his daughter Brenda Trofe was the videographer. He's, I think, doing 3 or 4 days, bless their hearts. So wonderful event, so watch for them biking through your community. You can visit the website to see exactly what route they are taking. Another thing coming up at the end of the month for us is a photo shoot, artist photo shoot with our good friend Robert Culberson at American Frontier Productions. And you know, Jake and I have shared pictures in the past of modeling with the mules and the wagons, and just some phenomenal art comes out of those photo shoots. So we're very excited about that. And if you are an artist and would like to take advantage of that, just send me an email, or you can look for Robert Culbertson, American Frontier Productions on Facebook. They also have a website. So they also have a website, and you can look them up. So many things coming up, of course, at Fort Wallace in July. We have lots of events. Memorial Day coming up. Of course, Dr. Jake and the Cavalry Tribute Troop are at the Waukene Cemetery for the Memorial Day services there. The Cavalry Troop has a ride through. And of course, Topeka Cemetery, which has a very dear place in my heart, has lots of wonderful ceremonies going on for Memorial Weekend. So let us know about yours and send us photos, share photos on our Facebook page. And for for that weekend, which is kind of the kickoff for summer, don't forget what it's all about, and don't forget the sacrifices of our men and women in service, those serving now and those who've served in the past, and certainly those that gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we can live in a pretty wonderful country. Hey, we got a wonderful show for you today. Stay with us.
Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
This segment brought to you by the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center in Oakley.
One of my favorite places in Kansas, and I'm sure it's also the favorite of many of you, Cheyenne Bottoms. And of course, birders flock to Cheyenne Bottoms to watch the incredible variety of birds, the number of birds. But it's not just there for our pleasure. This Cheyenne Bottoms is being preserved to protect those species and to ensure their survival. That is facing some challenges, and this is a press release from Ducks Unlimited, and they have stepped up to the plate to help the Cheyenne Bottoms area remain viable, a viable habitat for birds, hopefully into perpetuity. Don't you love that word, perpetuity? I just like finding any opportunity to say that. So this will tell you a little bit about Cheyenne Bottoms, about this project, and what you can do to get involved. Ducks Unlimited and the Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism launched an ambitious 2-year fundraising campaign to renovate Cheyenne Bottoms, the largest inland wetland in the United States. The almost 20,000-acre public wildlife area owned by Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism is a wetland area of international importance for migratory birds and an economic boost for central Kansas. Cheyenne Bottoms is an essential stopover for millions of birds during their spring and fall migrations, said Matt Huff, Ducks Unlimited's Manager of Conservation for Kansas. The shallow wetlands and grass support about 350 bird species. Half of North America's shorebirds and endangered whooping cranes visit every year. The area is recognized as internationally important to birds by the Ramsar Convention, National Audubon Society, and American Bird Conservancy. Nearly 60,000 birders, hunters, and other nature enthusiasts come to the area from across the country annually, generating nearly $3 million for the Kansas economy. Unfortunately, the wetland's ability to attract birds has declined, Huff said. The bottoms is filling up with silt, which plugs water control structures and other infrastructure needed to keep the wetland in healthy and manageable condition. The area's last major renovation was done in the early 1990s, and KDWPT wetland managers are hampered in their efforts to maintain quality habitat due to aging infrastructure. The inability to efficiently move water between and out of the wetland units has created an overabundance of cattails and other invasive species. Ducks Unlimited and KDWPT developed a multi-year major renovation plan. Our partners at KDWPT have some public dollars available, and we have pledged to raise an additional $300,000 in private dollars, Huff said. Ducks Unlimited will help with fundraising and the restoration effort. Ducks Unlimited is also planning 2 special fundraising events this fall: Camp Aldrich in Barton County on August 15th and Kansas City, Kansas in December. So follow on Facebook, and we at Around Kansas will keep you up to date. Welcome to Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center, right here in Oakley, Kansas on I-70 at exit 76. I-70, after all, is America's main street, and we're right here on Main Street for you. Now that I'm an Oakley resident, I still come in almost every day, and I sit and listen to the conversations of the people around me. You know, the guys who are talking about the big elk they just bagged, or the folks who are taking their kid to college for the first time. People just traveling up and down the highway. Real people, just like you and me. And they find just what I find here, real people to serve them. There's history, there's scenery. We hope you'll stop and see us soon. Welcome to Oakley.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about employee safety and work comp coverage. On your farm, do you ask your friends to come help? Are they considered employees or neighbors helping neighbors? Did you know that you can be held responsible just as if it's a work comp accident? Give me a call, we can discuss. 316-945-6733.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
ValleyVet.com, ValleyVet.com, Valley Vet Supply.
Fort Wallace was the fightingest fort in the West. Fossils, Indians, soldiers, scouts, wagons, trails, pioneers, stories. Discover the story of Fort Wallace and the people who served here, the people who fought here, the people who settled here. Wallace County, where the past is present.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Back to the barnyard for another versatile plant lesson. This unassuming plant has many names: buffalo gourd, calabazilla, chillicote, coyote gourd, fetid wild pumpkin, Missouri gourd, prairie gourd, stinking gourd, wild gourd, and wild pumpkin. It clings to the roadsides in central and western Kansas and is ideally suited to the plains, having adapted to semi-arid climates and sandy soil. It does not require a lot of rain. One reference said that it is particularly well suited to marginal agricultural lands. According to the website Medicinal Plants of the Southwest, American Indians have used this little gourd for thousands of years. It has been used traditionally in various ways as a food, cosmetic, detergent, insecticide, and ritualistic rattle, said the site. The plant is easily recognized as being a member of the squash or gourd family by the large yellow trumpet bloom common to squash or pumpkins. It grows quickly and with a very long taproot helps hold the soil in place, though some consider it a nuisance. The taproot can be several feet long and weigh over 100 pounds. It has been used for laundry soap and shampoo. The website described medicinal uses as everything from a pain reliever to a dewormer, disinfectant to ulcer cure. As a source of food, the gourd may be cooked like squash when it is young, and the seeds may be roasted or ground into meal when the gourd browns. I pick them to dry and decorate. Since painting gourds with my granny, I have loved their versatility and beauty, and these are perfect for crafting. Like so many things beneath our feet, this common little gourd is not so common after all.
We started farming in 1970. It was harder work then than it is now, a lot more physical work and the wear and tear on my knees and my body. Now here I'm 70 years old. Well, I started having knee pain here 4 or 5 years ago, and so I was looking for a stem cell clinic, and lo and behold, my good friend John Farley and Ken Wood, who'd been customers and friends for a number of years, opened their clinic, and in about 2 months my heel was a lot better, and then at the end of 3 months and then going on 4, why my knee started making significant improvement, and it's sure been a blessing, because before I had the stem cells, well, I'd be driving a tractor, and if I sat in a tractor for 2 or 3 hours, when I got out I'd have to stop and get the kinks out of my knee and shake it, and today that's not a problem.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
William F. Cody earned the nickname Buffalo Bill, and he had roots in Kansas. He lived in northeast Kansas as a boy. He was a Pony Express rider, went on to be an Indian scout, created a Wild West show that toured the globe. And out west of Oakley, Kansas, there's a big statue which commemorates how Buffalo Bill got his name. This poem is entitled The Legend of Buffalo Bill. In the late 1860s, as the railroad built west, as part of our nation's destiny made manifest, all those railroad workers needed to eat, and the obvious solution was buffalo meat. William F. Cody hired on with the railroad then to hunt buffalo to provide meat for the men. His shooting demonstrated such excellent skill, his friends started calling him Buffalo Bill. But then they found another man using that name, and you can't have two men called the same, so they made a bet, as cowboys do, to see whose claim to the name was true. They had a hunt to see how many buffalo each could shoot. The one who got the most would win the dispute. They rode west of Oakley and started the hunt. The day ended with William F. Cody in front. The other fellow got 46, which was fine, but William F. Cody shot 69. He won that contest and much more, and would be Buffalo Bill Cody forevermore. He formed a Wild West show and toured the globe with wild cowboys and Indians in buffalo robes. He had Annie Oakley, a sharpshooter like they'd never seen. They've performed for the president and even the Queen. Now a monument stands on Oakley's west side, showing Buffalo Bill on his famous hunting ride. For in the history of the West, he is riding there still, the legendary showman known as Buffalo Bill. Happy trails.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well on their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, we're glad to answer it and work with you.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Join us for the 4th Annual Meeting Demand Sale at Gardner Angus Ranch, Monday, May 13th at 10 a.m. Up for sale are 173 20-month-olds and 250 bred commercial cows and heifers, including the complete dispersal of longtime Gardner customer YOLO Ranch. Catalog available at GardnerAngus.com. Register for online bidding at liveauction.tv. At Gardner Angus Ranch, you aren't just buying a breed, you are buying a brand backed by 4 generations of disciplined seed stock production. See you May 13th at the ranch.
As fourth-generation farmers themselves, Heinen Brothers Ag Service understands the risk and rewards of farming. So when it comes to quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia, call Heinen Brothers Ag today, 800-760-4964.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
A few years ago, time flies, but 3, 4, 5 years ago now, maybe Michael can remember, the Traveling Vietnam Wall was actually at the Combat Air Museum in Topeka. It was an incredible weekend. I think we actually did 3 full shows on Around Kansas, interviewing veterans at that event. Among them, John Musgrave, who was featured in the recent documentary, the Ken Burns documentary on the war in Vietnam, and our dear friend Don Ballard, who was a Medal of Honor recipient as a result of that war. The Traveling Wall is coming to Oakley, and we're putting the dates on the screen there for you, and we hope you can have a chance to visit. We're thrilled that it can be coming to Western Kansas. So many veterans who don't have the opportunity to go to Washington to see the actual memorial in person. This is a way for them to connect. It's also such a valuable teaching tool for families and for students who don't know anything about what those veterans went through. And it's an important story. It's one we should never forget. And we should certainly never forget the sacrifices of these veterans or their families. Here's a little film clip that shows you exactly what this traveling exhibit is all about.
It's a different experience to see it. I've seen a lot of pictures of it all over and done a lot of reading about it, but it brings back a lot of memories. But kids need something to stand up for, and this is part of it, because everybody gives their life for something sooner or later.
I was a Vietnam era. Everybody that taught me anything in the Army were Vietnam veterans. They were my teachers and my mentors. I think this country owes them a great debt of gratitude for what they went through and what they did.
Hey, happy May, everybody. Kicking off summer. It's been great being with you this morning, and I'll see you somewhere around Kansas.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.
Hollyhocks and red ripe tomatoes, hand-churned homemade ice cream. Let me tell you, Kansas is more than tornadoes. We're the best part of Dorothy's dream.